What's up, guys? It's Dave. We're here at the Container Store at D14 again, and it's Saturday, so you know what that means. We're trying out another gun. Today, we are trying out this little guy. This is the Lonix Advanced Recon Carbine, otherwise known as the ARC. Those of you who've been paying attention to the webosphere of Airsoft know that Jonathan from Airsoftology actually did a video on this. He had a lot of nice things to say. This one actually belongs to one of our local players here, so it's actually got a couple of accessories on it, which would be nice. I'm used to going out and trying these guns and they're just completely bare, orange tips, the whole deal. So maybe this will be a little different. I am curious to see how this thing stacks up against some of the similar guns that it shares some features with. Some notable things about the ARC: it's got an adjustable FPS, which is really cool. It uses a similar system to the way the KWA rifles work that have this, the VM4s, where there is an adjustable spring guide in the back that unscrews, and by utilizing that you can compress or decompress your FPS. The G&G F2000 does that too. For those of you that remember that guy, that's kind of an older gun. And you've got a couple other models that I think that do that as well. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. We're going to try it out and we're going to see how it works. We tested the FPS spread at the store and we were getting anywhere from about 360 to about 410 FPS, which is about what you'd expect out of a rifle of this size. It is a full-length rifle. This is not made for CQB by any stretch. This particular one has been equipped with a short dot scope as well, so hopefully I'll be able to try and reach out and touch some people. We'll see. I have no idea what to expect out of this gun, and I'm very curious to try it out. I saw it demoed, or I saw one of them demoed out at Operation Bulldog in April. David from Lancer was showing it off, and it was keeping up. The one he had was keeping up with my Krytac rifle, so we'll see how this thing goes. I'm very curious to see how it handles in the game. It's got a really unique stock to it as well, so we'll see. I'll update you guys in a little bit. Additionally, Classic Army was nice enough to send us one of their Scarab AEGs to try out. I have been wanting to try one of these guys out since they released. I love the way they look, and they've got a lot of really cool tech on the inside. They've got a programmable electronic trigger that lets you flip it to burst fire just by popping the battery in, flipping it to semi, and holding down the trigger. You can go semi-automatic, and I think it's up to a 5-round burst, and then full auto, which is really cool. They got this awesome collapsible stock. Unfortunately, it's still a little bit too long for CQB out here at D14, but it actually hits out a little harder than a CQB rifle anyway, so that's fine. And then on top of that, we also get the added benefit of a Type 4 barrel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all the accessories that are on that Lonix gun we're testing today too, put them on this guy, and see just how much range we can get. We're going to compare the two. They're a little bit disparate in terms of price. The Lonix gun is a much cheaper rifle in terms of retail price. The Scarab is a little bit more expensive. But I think really most of that's just the quality of the externals here, because you're getting a really unique gun with the Scarab, and the Lonix gun is mostly just a fancy M4, which is still fine. I mean, like, I dig M4s, so that's totally cool. But we're going to see which one of these comes out ahead. You know, who's got the better gearbox, Lonix or Classic Army? We're going to give it a try. We're going to see, and we'll give you guys the results. So, change of plans. The Lonix rifle is down. It's not wanting to hop at all. I cannot get this thing to adjust no matter what I try, and we're going to have to take it apart. So that means today, we're going full bore on the Scarab. We're going to see exactly what it'll do. What's up, guys? We're back here at the shooting range, and this time we've got the Classic Army Scarab all kitted up. We decided to move the accessories from that Lonix gun over here. So we've got the Bravo short dot foregrip, running the Blue Force gear sling. We have loaded up a magazine of 2/8, and we're going to test the accuracy of this Scarab and see just how far we can ring out with this thing. We know the Nemesis does really, really well. I'm curious to see how the shorter barrel of the Scarab affects that. So this is the shorter of the two, or the middle of the two Scarabs. There's one shorter and one longer. So we're going to start off with a couple of shots at 20 feet. All right, pretty obvious we're going to hit that, right? Let's take it out to 50. If I can aim. 50, no problem. We're going to go out to 100. Headshots all day. Let's try to get out to 150.
The wind's catching it.
Yeah, it's getting out there, but man, the wind is getting a little crazy today. It's getting out to 150, no problem though. So let's try and take it to 200.
Barely skimming over his head.
Yep. Hitting 200. You think we can do 250, Duncan?
Maybe.
All right, let's try 250.
I don't know. Does Classic Army have the right stuff?
Oh yeah, it's not even hard.
No, it's going either under it or over it.
Yeah, but we're getting out there, and that's the important thing.
You probably get to 330.
Probably. I mean, 300?
Well, if all that brush wasn't in the way, it'd probably go further.
Yeah, probably.
So you can easily get 300 though.
I cannot believe it's got to be the tight bore. This thing's got a built-in tight bore, and that has to be the reason why it's getting such crazy good accuracy. We're gonna go take this thing out onto the field, and I'll be right back and let you guys know what I think. We just finished our first game.
Oh yeah.
Team GI was victorious. We played a game of blob. It was pretty glorious. We started off in the back. I started pushing around the side of the city, and by the end of it, we tagged in Edric. He ran everybody down. It was filthy and dirty, and we loved every second of it, and it was awesome. The Scarab performed every bit as expected. I was shooting easily across the town with this thing, no problem, and getting hits. We were actually getting hit so far out that we were having to send like the young small guys to go run and hustle and go tag people in, because Lord knows my big old fat butt ain't getting them. It was awesome. What'd you guys think of how that Scarab was shooting covering you?
It was pretty dope. Pretty good.
All right, well, they're about to run one more game, so we're gonna go get into that one. Round 2, we were victorious yet again. What up? Some good teamwork. It's the benefit of playing airsoft with guys that you work with, you know, 5 days out of the week.
And Edric.
And Edric, who we just hang out with a lot. And had an awesome time. It was a really, really swell chance to test out the Scarab, because the blob games are nice. It keeps everybody like intense and in the action. But the town here at D14 is just big enough that you can still really test out exactly how far you want to go with this gun. Had no problem clearing 200, 250 foot shots. Had a couple of guys where it was like, whoo, I don't know what they're shooting. That sounds scary. But easily, same deal as last time. We were having to send guys to sprint all the way around the map because I was picking guys off too far away for me to tag. It was awesome. It was a really great suppressive fire weapon. I paired up with Matt, who was running a PBR out here, which lets him use a rifle as a pistol because it's small enough and it hits at a low enough FPS, which was awesome. So we made a great little tactical pair. Duncan kind of played our third teammate there, since you got to pick teams of 3. And
Doesn't even mention that much.
he was just covering everything we were doing. Duncan pulled our rear security, made sure we didn't get surprised. Always an important member of the team. And Edric, again, slaughtered his team first thing and made sure that they were there to make all those crazy sprints for us. It was awesome. We'll see you guys in a bit. What's up, guys? We're here for the end of the video. We just got done filming some gameplay out at D14 with Edric running the Scarab. Edric, what'd you think, man?
On it, mira, I mean, look at this. I'm a really like close range person, you know. I love doing like CQB, but man, the long range on this, man, freaking amazing.
You're not used to it, right? Yeah. It's better than a gun you own, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, 100%. Definitely.
We know, we fix them all the time.
Yeah. The trigger response, oh, that's glorious.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just keep going, banging on that thing. Freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So, I mean, what'd you think of the weight, the handling, like?
Weight, perfect. You know, it might look big and everything, but
it doesn't feel like it though, right?
Yeah, it's so light. Like I had the sling. I don't even need a sling, honestly. I didn't need a sling. It's just way too light.
Because you are less of a pansy than I am. I totally need a sling. I'll tell you though, man, like I had my opinion changed about this gun today. So I don't like the way that the front of it looks. It's got that weird arrowhead to it. It looks a little strange to me, right? Because it doesn't look like a conventional gun. And I hated it. Hated it. I was telling Wall, our CEO, I said, you know what, man, this is a piece of junk. I don't like the way this thing looks. It shoots great, looks ugly. Until I used it and I realized it's not made to look good. It's like the Glock of rifles, man. Like it's boxy, and maybe it's not designed to be your sleek, feminine, you know, hourglass body type gun, right? But that little arrowhead, I came up to the side of a building and just planted the side of the rail firmly into the post. And I had no problem just boxing up shots, man, and locking down entire corridors with it. It was so great. I have a whole new respect for this gun now, because it might be hideous, but damn if it isn't the most functional thing I've used in a while. Like, honestly, it shoots better than some of my guns, and like a lot of our local players here know, like, I don't mess around with crap guns. I've been playing too long to have cheap ones. So
I know that person. I got shot by them.
You know, yeah, you borrowed a couple of mine, you know.
Also that too, yeah.
Yeah, like, and that thing is every bit as light, every bit as functional as any gun I own. It's awesome, and the trigger response is better than most of the guns I own, to be honest.
That was the one thing that surprised me the most, was the trigger response. Man, just
what kind of battery do you think was in that thing?
It has to be like an 11.1 or something, high.
No. That's just plain Jane 7.4 that was only like half charge.
What?
Yeah, you had no idea, did you?
No.
It shoots so dang great.
It's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
highly recommend
it. It was not even fully charged. In fact, Duncan was out here earlier today, right? Duncan from our store, and he was playing. I needed to bum a battery. The one I brought in charge was actually too big to fit in either that Lonix gun I was going to use today or the Scarab. So he's like, here, man, no, look, that'll fit in my gun. They just swap batteries. But he'd already been playing all morning with the thing by the time I got here. So
insane.
Half charge 7.4, and it still got that snappy trigger response, a really good rate of fire. Like, I don't know about you, I didn't have any problems suppressing people with that thing. Just burst for days.
I just lay them out, man. That made us win the last game. Definitely, that's for sure.
And dude, we didn't even mention the burst fire. Did you even know it had burst fire?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's got programmable burst fire, man. Isn't that wild? What? Yeah, you just hold down the trigger. Like, there's no microchip, there's no goofy stuff, no Bluetooth app, none of that. You just flip it to semi, hold the trigger down, and then it beeps a couple times at you. And when you stop letting it beep, it does the thing. I'm giving terrible instructions. But yeah, you can totally set that gun and the Nemesis. You've seen the Nemesis. We had it last week.
Yep.
Those guys work the same way, and that gearbox is going to be going hopefully more stuff if they listen to my suggestions. I keep telling them, it's like, oh my gosh, guys, put this in more guns. Put this in more guns.
I loved it, honestly.
Right?
Because I still cannot believe the trigger response on that. Plus, it was a 7.4. That just made it.
Right.
I just made it like.
Yeah. And I think that gun's going to be out here every weekend for people just to try out, man. Just give us your driver's license and your ID, and we're going to let you do it.
Highly
as we get the
recommend it,
display
guys.
set up. Yeah.
Highly
We'll have it out.
recommend
Once it's out on the side of the building, that's how you'll know. Like, hey, if it's out here, just talk to the guy in the container. Well, that's fitting. That's your last call, man. Go get your gear on. Go get that last game in, brother.
do it.
We'll see you guys next time.